You're 48 hours away from facing the shareholders or the lion's den. How are you feeling right now?
I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I feel like I still feel like I've split my age 2 for 1.
You're not nervous at all? I mean, considering all the drama?
No. Why be nervous? I mean, we can answer any question that gets asked, and there's really no problem.
You won't put any limits on any Dave Sokol questions?
No, none at all. And we will put up every question and answer on the internet just as fast as we can get them transcribed. We got 2 court reporters, and whether they get up Saturday night or Sunday morning, but they'll be up promptly.
Do you think? I mean, I'm hearing 40,000 possibly.
It's hard to tell, but we gave out about 8,000 or 9,000 more tickets, but that may translate to 2,000 more people than last year. So it would be 38 to 40, something like that. The sales at the Furniture Mart were up 11% the first 2 days. So I don't know whether that means more people or just more people are getting passes and giving them to their friends.
Are you expecting this meeting to be different in terms of the tone from other years, or the same?
I don't think it'll be different. No, I think that I think probably the press will be more interested in the Sokol affair, but whoever's interested, we never know who's going to ask questions from the shareholder group because it's done by lottery right before we start. So who knows what they're interested in. But I think a lot of them are really interested in Berkshire and its prospects.
Last year we stood right here and you talked about how the more than 70 businesses you owned, most of them were doing better. A year later, does that improve, that picture?
It's just month by month gotten better at almost everything except the ones connected with residential construction. And they have not gotten better.
At all? Your housing has not gotten better?
No, housing's not gotten better. But in a way, that's good because we've got to clean up the inventory of excess housing, and the sooner that gets done, the better. And I personally think that when housing comes back, I think that employment will come back faster than people think because, I don't know whether they count in the carpet. I don't know whether they count Shaw Carpet as a construction worker or not, but I doubt it. On the other hand, what's happening in residential construction affects the number of people we employ at Shaw. So there'd be a lot of secondary benefits when residential housing comes back.
Warren, did you hear any of Fed Chairman Bernanke's comments yesterday about inflation or the dollar?
I heard quite a bit of it. Yeah, I didn't hear it all, but I heard it.
What did you think of what he said?
I think he's a very, very smart man, and I hope he's right that we can do what we're doing and inflation won't get going. But he is as conscious of inflation as I am or anybody is, and I don't think there could be a better Fed chairman, but I still worry about inflation.
You've been very worried about it and worried that the Fed maybe hasn't paid enough attention. Do you think that they are seeing the same things you're seeing?
I think they see the same things, but they may interpret them differently. He didn't talk about this the other day, but there's a lot of people that take the approach that because there's excess capacity in the United States industry, that you can't have inflation because it won't get tight. But I can tell you that in the businesses we're in, plenty of them have a lot of excess capacity still. But if we get enough commodity price increases, we raise our prices even though business is not good. And that happens, for example, in carpet. Carpet is oil, to some degree. And there's just no way we can take the price increases. Even though our business is not good, our profits are not good at all in the carpet business, we still have to raise prices.
Financial situation in the United States. Last year, everybody was beating up on bankers, and you too a little bit. How do you feel about Wall Street bankers today?
I think they're making a lot of money. Hey, it's always been a place, I said this 20-some years ago, that per point of IQ and per erg of energy, you'll make way more money in Wall Street than any place else. It's just where the money is.
Is that a bad thing?
Well,
I mean, they got bailed out in so many ways, correct?
Well, the whole United States got bailed out. I mean, in the end, what was done in the fall of 2008 was not to benefit banks. It was to keep the United States economy from going into a tailspin like you can't believe. So the mechanism by which they got the economy sort of jump-started again was by infusing capital into banks. They really infused confidence into banks. So when Bernanke and Paulson got those 11 bankers together in Washington on that famous Monday, it really wasn't so much important who got 10 billion, who got 25 billion. Nobody knew that. The important thing was that people felt the government was involved.
Well, and it's stabilized, but are you worried now that a stabilized economy may dip back into problems because of high gasoline prices? You hear a lot of economists say that.
No, I think business, everything I see is a business gets a little better every month, except in residential construction.
Can I ask you one more time
Sure.
about the audit committee report? Did you agree with what was put out by the audit committee?
I'll answer all questions. I'm sorry, but I promise you I'll answer that question. I just don't want to step on my own lines, and I want all the shareholders here at the same time. I mean, 40,000 or so people will be there. We'll get it up as fast as we can, and I want them to hear the same exact words, simultaneously as close as we can.
So we won't hear no comment from you on any of these?
No comment. No, you'll not hear no comment. I mean, if our lawyer gets up and wrestles me to the ground, I'll still be trying to talk.
What are you doing here tonight?
I'm playing bridge, but I'm not saying how good I'll play. And we also have 4 students, I think, that won a tournament that we're honoring at the start of the session. Carol Loomis and I have played in this on Thursday night before the annual meeting for a lot of years. I don't know how many years, but my guess is at least 10, maybe more.
You still have your money in the plastic bag?
I keep my money where I always do, safely, buttoned up and zippered, and I have several time locks too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.